Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mariah and I talk about books on this channel, and bookish things. If you're returning, thank you so much. I'm really happy to see you guys again and I hope that everything is going well for you. I know this week's video is late and I apologize, it's been a week, but I'm here now and that is what is important. Today's coffee is in my I have the Vocabulary of a Well-Educated Sailor mug. And today we're going to be doing a review. And it's the first review on this channel and I'm very excited, and that is for the book The Soul of an Octopus by Sy Montgomery. Which I read, which was part of my TBR and TBR for this month. I want to talk about this book for a number of reasons. The first of which is it's a great book. It's not very long. It's a New York Times bestseller. It's a National Book Award finalist. It's part memoir, part it's all nonfiction, but part memoir, part science book about octopus. About octopuses specifically and cephalopods in general. This was the first book that I've annotated in a long time. If you want to see how I annotate in my reading journal video, please let me know. I don't write in the books unless I'm doing it as like a gift and I know that that person will appreciate the marginalia. For my own books, I rarely write in the margins or in the book itself unless it's for school. So, this first book I annotated this year, and like really annotated and stuck with it. But this tells the story of the author, Sy Montgomery, and how over a number of years she came into contact with 4 distinct octopuses and learned about their personalities and their intelligence and how they were able to bring people together, and how it inspired her to do things she had never done before, like learn to scuba dive, and it brought her into contact with people she wouldn't have otherwise, and how it can be the strangest of things sometimes that brings people together. The book is lyrically written. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's lyrically written, it's quick to read, you really get a sense of what the author was trying to convey. And I really enjoyed it. To give you an example of how this is written, this is actually the quote that got me to go grab my reading journal and start annotating. As I held her glittering gaze, I instinctively reached to touch her head. As supple as leather, as tough as steel, as cold as night, Hugo wrote of the octopus's flesh, but to my surprise her head is silky and softer than custard. Her skin is flecked with ruby and silver, a night sky reflected on the wine-dark sea. As I stroke her with my fingertips, her skin goes white beneath my touch. White is the color of a relaxed octopus. In cuttlefish, close relatives of octopus, females turn white when they encounter a fellow female, someone whom they need not fight or flee. It's beautifully written, and those are things like that, those little nuggets of almost pure poetry are scattered throughout the book. The second reason I wanted to review this specific book is I have a very personal connection to the story. Not because I know the author or any of the characters, because I don't. I've never been to New Hampshire or any of that. This tied in very closely to my own experiences with cephalopods during a very dark time in my life, and how they kind of kept me from going down a very dark path, which I'm not going to get into on this channel. It's not that important. The third and final reason I really wanted to review this and I'm going to put this down now so I can drink my coffee while I talk, is we don't, on the BookTube community, we don't see a whole lot of nonfiction reviewed. We mostly stick to our fantasies and our sci-fi and contemporaries, whatever our niche is. And that was something that I really wanted to explore on my channel. The Soul of an Octopus is The Soul of an Octopus is another in a long line of books that I have read this year that are nonfiction that I really enjoyed, that moved me to tears. I cried twice during reading it. And it's easy to follow. It's a quick read. And if you like Animal Planet shows, I think you'll really like it. I, for one, am and always will be obsessed with cephalopods. Ever since I watched 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, the Disney classic, years ago. I must have been 4, maybe 5. And ever since then, I've been obsessed with cephalopods, and it's only gotten worse as the years have gone on. So The Soul of an Octopus really touches me and really helps me remember that other people can feel the same way too. And I think that's really important. I think that's really, really important to remember, especially in times where we're dealing with a lot of things coming to light. The global pandemic, the Black Lives Matter movement, the indigenous booktubers who are also trying to fight for their ability to be recognized for who they are. By reading nonfiction, we get to see a glimpse into somebody else's life or a topic we may not know about. And that's really, really important in times like this, where we should be expanding our horizons, listening to people, especially if you're as pale as I am. Mostly what I wanted to say today, I really wanted to review that, but I also want to say, if you're scared of nonfiction or you think that it's going to be boring, you're reading the wrong nonfiction. Find a topic that really, really interests you and pick up somebody who's lived through it and walk a mile in their shoes. You'd be surprised at what you can find. I picked up Soul of an Octopus expecting it to be a book about octopus and these 4 octopuses in the aquarium, and you know, maybe some diving in there too. And what I found was a moving memoir about how things can bring people together, and how we really don't understand the world around us, and sometimes we just need to take it from a different perspective. So that wraps up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want more reviews / discussions of themes in those books, please let me know down in the comments. Like, subscribe, and comment if you like this. You can find me here Thursdays and Sundays usually. You can find me on my blog on Mondays and Fridays, and you can find me on Twitter most every day. I'll leave all those links down below. Also, be sure to check out some of the BookTubers I've shouted out down below, and I'll see you guys later this week with another video. All the best coffee, wine, and books to you. Cheers.